the most gracious, the most merciful, the supreme originator, the great creator, the vanquisher, the sustainer. All praises, thanks, commendations and compliments to Allah, the Lord of the universe. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Transformative trainer Mufti Abdul Haq Sahab, respected teachers, distinguished guests, and all honorable audience. With expressing my heartfelt thanks and deepest gratitude to Madarasa Baitul Uloom and Sunnah English Medium School for giving me this wonderful opportunity to deliver some words regarding to English literature in front of life's few dignitaries, personalities. Today my task is here to express how to teach English literature, how to learn it, how to read it, how to understand it. And I will try to put some points. By them, a learner, a student can get full benefit from English literature. Hope you will pay attention to my words. Before coming on one point, I want to utter some words regarding to importance of literature and its power and its role in the world. So, I can say, literature is a tool which can build a nation as well as demolish it, which can create a good mentality as well as destroy it. This is a power which can change rule of the time. In fact, literature is a weapon by which you can't just occupy the lands and areas, but you can win the hearts, hold the minds, control and reign the people's thoughts and ideas. Now the time to come on the main point. There are two main parts of English literature. Number one, reading. It means how to read English literature. Number two, understanding. It means how to understand this English literature. I want to explain these two parts with some detail. First part contains 2 points. They are: number one, in initial period, teacher must focus on reading more than teaching and giving the new lesson daily. Number two, a student should continue to read, revise and repeat same text until he becomes sure that he is perfect in it regarding to reading. If you want to know what we did here regarding to these 2 points, I can inform you regarding to point number one. Point number one, our trainer while reading, he was not ready to give so much text in one day, in initial period. He used to teach only some lines rather than paragraphs and pages and lessons. Only some line. And he used to focus and force on reading until he said sometime, I can't teach you any single new line until you made me sure that you are perfect in it regarding to reading. If you are English teacher, so you can teach your student by this method. Regarding to point number two, I can say, a student can record his voice while reading the text and then he re-listen it. And if he find any kind of mistake, like stopping without full stop and any other mistake, so he must rectify and then re-record it, then re-listen it until he find himself reading the text without any mistake, without any stopping, without sentences. Now the time to explain about second part. This is very important. Second part entails 6 basic points. They are: number one, vocabulary. This is like petrol for vehicle. Without petrol, vehicle is unimaginable. Like this, without vocabulary, language and understanding the literature is unimaginable. We must know the meaning of every word in the sentence. For that we need a dictionary. As my brother Ismail mentioned, dictionary doesn't mean just to know the meaning, but it has 4 parts. Number one, how to write. Number two, how to pronounce. Number three, parts of speech. Number 4, meaning. I want to mention and express this point with one example. There is one sentence. In worship, first come the salah. He who abandons the salah demolishes his deen. When you read this sentence, you must know the meaning of worship. You must know the meaning of abandon. You must know the meaning of demolish. Then you can understand the literature and sentence. 1, religious vocabulary. Number 2, modern vocabulary. Number 3, common vocabulary. Regarding to point number 1, if you want to know, if you ask me what we did here, what was the method here to teach regarding to this point, I can inform you, in our curriculum, we were taught here one complete book from middle level literature, and then we were taught higher level literature, almost 70 pages, as well as we were given here several speeches from Islamic native speakers. By these all, I mean book and the higher level literature and speeches, I got much more religious vocabulary, and I gathered much more religious vocabulary. Regarding to point number 2, I can tell you, in our curriculum, in our syllabus, so many modern topics and subjects were included. For example, basic economy and geography and important parts of constitution, like citizenship and fundamental rights, as well as several terminologies of science. And we got much more several lessons regarding to geography and basic economic from our sir, Shweb sir, and as well as we were taught here several terminologies of science. And inshallah, these modern topics will be described in front of you by my colleagues. The geography will be described my brother Shadan, as well as my brother Vakil will describe about economic and so on. No need to talk about third one, this is very well known. Number 2, phrasal verb. Phrasal verb is a 2 or 3 part verb, and usually second part in phrasal verb is preposition, and that is what make it phrasal verb and change its meaning. This is very important part of English literature. If you don't focus on it, you can't understand, you can't get the real meaning of text. There is one example, one word, break. It is very well known. It means tootna, torna. But same verb when used as a phrasal verb in sentence, its meaning changes completely. You can see here, if you use break away, its meaning totally different from the one. Here, nikal bhagna, chhoot jana, and first one tootna. Like this, break down, machine mein kharabi hona. Break in, greenness se ghus ana. Break of day, din nikalna. Break in on, mukhil hona. So if you don't focus on phrasal verb, sometimes you can be confused. You can face problems, and you can't understand the literature. So this is very important part of English literature. Now the point number 3. Making the sentences with help of wonderful sentences. While reading any literature, when you get any meaningful sentence, don't read it as a just one sentence, but take it as a frame, and by using this frame, start to make sentences. How much you can, then it will become part of your speech. Here is one example. But as for Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, no one can be compared to him. When we read this sentence, we started to make the sentences by using this frame. So you can see here several sentences on this frame. But as for Islam, no religion can be compared to it. But as for Quran, no book can be compared to it. But as for Prophet's model, no model can be compared to it. Like the second sentence, when we read this sentence, remember the 3 levels of learning. We started to make sentences by using this frame, and we didn't take it as just one sentence. You can see here, remember the 3 levels of teaching. Remember the 3 levels of students. Remember the 3 levels of understanding. Like this, we learned and we focused much more on this point, and alhamdulillah we got much more. Now the point number 4, parts of speech. Without parts of speech, none can understand the language, and these are as bricks for building. There are 8 parts of speech in English language. They are: number 1 nouns, number 2 pronouns, number 3 adjectives, number 4 verbs, number 5 adverbs, number 6 prepositions, number 7 conjunction, number 8 interjection. And I want to tell you, if you are English teacher, so you don't need to focus on students to remember these all, but you have to teach them by practicing. Why and how? I can reply you, I can share with you our method. In our curriculum, in our class, our trainer, while reading, he used to ask any student taking any word regarding to parts of speech. For example, take this sentence. There are 8 parts of speech in English language. So our trainer used to ask, tell me about parts regarding to parts of speech. So a student should reply, parts regarding to parts of speech, part is a noun. Like, take the first one. Without parts of speech, none can understand. When trainer used to teach this, like this sentence, so suddenly he used to ask any student while teaching, tell me about understand regarding to parts of speech. So at that time we had to reply, and regarding to parts of speech, understand is a verb, like this. So you must focus on practicing, not to remembering. Point number 5, expression, which we learn from the lesson. We should study the literature with feelings. It means which situation this text is showing and in which circumstances this sentence was spelled out. And feelings can be different between happiness, sadness, astonishment, fear and emotionality, etc. But how to get that feeling? How to understand that feeling? To get that feeling, we have to reflect and contemplate upon connection between up and down, as well as between previous and the next. There are 5 examples for these 5 expressions. You can see here. Once Prophet peace be upon him said, Allah guides whom he wills. So there was expression of astonishment. Number 2, Salman al-Farsi radiallahu anhu, while he was on his deathbed, uttered, and here I have owned many things. There was expression of fear. Number 3, Abu Zar radiallahu anhu asked Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what is it that you order me? There was expression of emotionality. Number 4, Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu said, Ibn Umar has been asked about what he doesn't know. So he said, I don't know. There was expression of happiness. Number 5, Mus'ab ibn Umar radiallahu anhu replied to his mother, O mother, I am advising you and my heart is with you. There was expression of sorrowfulness. So when you study all these sentences with these feelings, you can get the spirit of these sentences. Otherwise, you will know only the translation and some text and some new words and vocabulary, nothing more. Point number 6, this is last point. Advanced grammar. This is very wide field and this is deep study of composition rules and techniques beyond the basic level. I can mention this point with example. Take to first example, you have to come and do come. Both sentences talk about emphasis, but there is difference between them. We use first one when the order is from any elder one to any youngest one. Like teacher orders his student, so he says you have to come. There is no any option to leave, no any option to avoid. You have to come. But we use the second sentence when the firm request from any youngest one to any elder one. Like a student is requesting his teacher, so he says, do come. In Urdu I can say, Zarur tashrif laiye. Like this. How to use sentences, as I mentioned above, and this is also connected to advanced grammar. What is the difference between different tenses? For example, when should we use present simple tense? Where should we use present continuous tense? So we use present simple tense when we talk about any habit, and we use present continuous tense when we talk about any work which is in action. For example, now I am here in this auditorium, so I can't say I am playing because the work is not action, but I have to say I play because this is my habit. But if I am in playground, so at that time I can't use I play because the work is in action. I have to say I am playing. This is the difference between these two. And this is also under the advanced grammar. What is the difference between present perfect tense and past simple tense? Both tense talk about any past work, but there is a difference between them. We use present perfect tense when we talk about any uncompleted work, and we use past simple tense when we talk about any completed work. For example, you are here in this time, so you should say I have come here using present perfect tense because work is going on, gathering is going on. But when you step out of this auditorium, so at that time you will say, I came here because the work has been finished, gathering has been completed, work has been completed. And it is also under the advanced grammar. For what we use present simple tense? So I can say we use it to express habits, general truths, and repeated actions, and so on. Examples: number 1, she sleeps at 8 o'clock. This is habit. He always sings in the bath. This is repeated action. And number 3, the earth moves around the sun. This is general truth. Some more advanced grammar is being given below. So time is up, and I have some more points to put in front of you, but time is not allowing me. So in conclusion, I am so much grateful and thankful to you all wonderful people, as well as I am really thankful to my trainer, Mr. Abdul Haq Sahab. I pray Allah Rabbul Izzah that He make these topic and these points beneficial and useful for us. I conclude my speech thanking you all wonderful people for listening me with smiling and rosy faces.